All right, so we're going to be doing a flight from Dallas to, I don't remember, somewhere in Mexico, I believe. I won't record the whole thing, but we are doing this from scratch. I'm using prepared version 4.5, NVDA something, I don't remember now, like 22.3. And what else? Active Sky for now, anyway. That's probably going to change in a few months. And I have a joystick, a throttle. Well, I have both a joystick and a throttle. I have talking flight monitor. I'm using a preview version, but that is going to actually not really matter because that is going to be coming out to the public at some point soon. So I hope, as long as things don't break. So I'll be talking through some things. If you want to know some documentation on TFM and PMDG, you can go to flyingblind.us. That is FLYINGBLIND.us. So, here we go. I'm going to actually upload or import the flight plan using SimBrief. Downloader. User promoted notification area toolbar. Network time synchronization last sync. 11/1 SimBrief downloader. Right click for options button. Open main window 1 of 5. Download latest flight plan. I'm not going to go over how to use this program. It is a little confusing at first. Open main window 1 of 5. But what I do is I open the main window. SimBrief downloader. Latest flight plan. I could do this through the context menu, by the way, but I just choose not to. And then I go up. Clickable graphic refresh. Clickable export selected formats. Export selected formats because I have certain formats that are activated, and I've hidden the rest. SimBrief downloader. Heading level 1 SimBrief download. My first officer is going to do this for me. 4 files have been saved. Black square E. From OFX 01 November. So it's saved. SimBrief downloader document. Export selected form. Notification from SimBrief downloader. And ignore the notification. And let's actually make sure that we're going. All right. Desktop list. We're going to now launch Volanta. Desktop list. Select first link Volanta. Graphical Volanta. Which is my flight tracker that I use, which I'm not going to go over, but one day I will. Just not right now. Alrighty. Okay, yep. I know. Okay. We're going to be launching P3D. I have several desktops, only because it just makes things a little bit easier. You'll see that in a minute. So prepared can take a while to launch. And while it's doing that, I'm going to reach over and plug in my phone because, yeah, I do not want to run out of battery while I'm doing stuff because that's not good. There we go. Program manager. Oh, I don't know why it's taking time. It normally doesn't take this long unless I updated everything or enabled some add-ons I don't remember. Now, Talking Flight Monitor sits in the tray. Talking Flight Monitor. Talking Flight Monitor sits in the tray. You're going to be accessing it with two keys: right bracket with some keys and left bracket with some keys. It's a multi-layer function, a multi-layer program that you're going to be using. So, right bracket is going to be, I'm going to refer to it as TFM. And then when I say then, you hit the keystroke. Same with the left bracket, which will be AP or autopilot. So we're going to choose the 737. Let's hit change vehicle. I have my 737 already set up in the favorites. You can search for it in the search field. Just type PMDG. And then you can down arrow to the plane. Alrighty. Flight planner button, flight plan for the current scenario. Weather theme radio button, user defined radio button, not check select this option. Weather theme radio button, check select this option. To use weather theme radio, listing available weather themes to choose from. Fair weather, clear skies. Alright, active sky, weather theme. Active sky. Weather theme, user defined radio button, not check select this option. Change airport, button, change your location. Now, we're going to go to KDFW. We're going to be at the active runway. Don't do this if you're online. Start this at a gate. I beg you, start this at a gate. Check display the scenarios. We're going to display this. We're going to keep that box checked. Scenario is a bit of a pain in the butt. So we're going to be, well, it's doable, but a little annoying. So prepared is loading. In Texas. In Dallas. That was rather... Alright, so that's loading. We're going to launch TFM. Whoops, wrong version. Hang on a minute.
TFM is shutting down.
Okay.
Loading airport database. Current aircraft. PMDG 737-800 PMDG house. 738 PM 2019. 738 detected.
So,
airport database loaded. Desktop 4.
We're going to be launching
Open.
TFM. No.
TFM 1 select.
First Officer Pro, which I don't like.
4 1. Connect button.
Yeah.
Voice button.
Alright.
Desktop 5. Desktop 6. Unpaused. Sound on. Valanda. Valanda document.
Okay, so we're going to load the flight plan into Valanda right now.
Don't use a flight plan button. Add a flight plan button. Button available. Check Simbrief. Button end flight. Simbrief enter a text route button. Simbrief button available origin. Enter an import file button. Import from Simbrief. Alpha 63. KDFW-MLLO button.
MMLO is where we're going. So I'm going to be tracked on the Valanda map.
Voice.
We're going to move First Officer Pro
to the
Oh, sorry, we're going to move a pilot's life.
Show windows from desktop. Show move to the left 306. Pop-up window. Desktop 2 not check 106. Desktop 4 not check 3. Desktop 5 not check. Check. Running applications list. Francis or row 2 column 1. Active 5 3D command center. Active 5 3D import. Data blocks. Home button. Password. Double next map button. Conditions button. Flight plan button. Press.
Hit flight plan, and then go into
Screen review. Home double next control.
screen review, which we don't.
Double next mode. Livery conic on. Record 3D home double next control. Act ID. Idle. Iraq. 2210. Act ID. Load save. Select another routing type. Load save. Print. Full screen 1. Left click. Load flight plan dialog. Items view list. Names list button collapse sorted. Today grouping expanded. From NoFX01 November selected.
Load that. Come on. There we go.
Conditions button. Double next button. 11/1/2022 1000 press.
There's a program I'm going to be trying called Rex Weather, which is a little bit cheaper and a little bit easier to set up, kind of, sort of.
Francis or row 1. Simbrief.com. Francis or row 1 column 202. Simbrief.com dispatch output document. Clickable.
All right, let's close Simbrief.
Document. Server sidebar navigate.
And we're going to leave Discord up. That's
Lockheed Martin register. Record register. Default. Desktop 2. Folder view list. Select release 3 of 33. Desktop 3.
We're going to pull up the FMC with left bracket or AP and then Control C.
Red only multi-line blank.
Now you'll notice that everything is blank. Well, that's just because
Lockheed Martin.
we were not powered up. So we're going to... My first officer is going to get everything set up. We're going to open the door with Control Shift E. Sorry,
Good afternoon,
Shift E.
Captain.
Flight flow started. Powering up act. IRS GPS light on. Oxygen level 66%. Open light on. Right rear light on. Right rear light on. Engine number 1 fuel valve light open. Engine number 2 fuel valve light open. Engine number 1 star valve light open. Engine number 2 star valve light open.
And
Engine number 1 low pressure light on. Engine number 2 low pressure light on. Engine number
ground power on in a minute.
IRS GPS light on. Flight control light on. Flight control low pressure light on. Flight control low pressure light on. Yaw camber light on. Speed lift pressure light on. Speed trim fail light on. Mach trim fail light on. Transfer bus number 1. Transfer bus number 2 light off. 116 6 for T. 114 6 for TD unit connect. Hold control to skip. 113 6.
I'm going to mute. Oops.
111 6 10 Sim connect messages.
I'm going to mute the sim messages now. That is right bracket, then Shift R, or TFM, then Shift R. You're going to reset your hotkeys in your plane, in your 737, 777, and 747. So you can do that in the 737 by going to Options on 4 right. So you have 2 columns of keys. 1 left, 2 left, 3 left, up to 6 left. 1 left, 1 right to 6 right. They can be set up in TFM with the Control and Alt keys with F1 to F6, which is not how I like it, or F1 to F12, which is how I like it. F1 to F6 for left soft, F7 to F12 for right soft, which to me makes more sense, but it is... Ooh, my sound glitched there for a minute. Okay. All right. So we have ground power set up. Let's actually make sure... All right, so we are aligning the IRS.
Valanda document. Heading level 4 El Patio International Airport. Desktop 5.
We're going to L...
Click over heading level 4 El Patio International Airport. E-E-L. E-E. Delta. E-L space. E-A-J-I-U-O space.
Del Baggio. All right. So let's take a look at our route. Well, that IRS position is being entered. I'm going to go to the bottom of the flight. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to go to statistics. I'm going to go to the bottom. So that might look a little bit cryptic. Well, I'll explain all that in a minute. That first thing is your departure, what you're going to be departing by. There are a set of waypoints that the plane uses to depart. Now, these are mainly used for traffic. I can depart without one if I wanted to. I don't. And then we're going to go direct or straight to these waypoints. Imagine a GPS, and you're going from waypoint to waypoint to waypoint to waypoint to waypoint, except these are little points in the sky. You can't say turn right at the next McDonald's or whatever you have, wherever you are when you're listening to this or watching this, whatever. So, the last thing you're going to see...
LIBO1,
LIBO1,
heading level 5, A,
B,
click on 6, heading level 5, ATC route.
LIBO1B, I think. That is your arrival, what you're going to be arriving by, these waypoints that you're used for traffic. And they can say direct to whatever waypoint is, you go direct to it. By moving it up to line 1, we're going to demonstrate that.
Click on
You can program the CDU now.
Alright, so my first officer has put in the flight plan, sans departure and arrival, which we'll be programming the departure in first. So NELYN 1 November Echo Lima Yankee November 6. Sorry, I messed that up. Alright, so
Menu PMDT 737 CDU. Edit only multi-line select menu 1. Left FMC select 2.
we're going to be going to menu 1 on one left, making sure that our IRS is aligned, going to page 2.
Photograph 2/3. Right side window P. Right side window P. Left FMC OTS.
You're going to navigate your pages with page up and page
1.
down.
N32 IRSL. Isolate 2. N32 IRS 3. N32 degree 50. GPS 4. N32 degree 50.
You don't have to do this, but I am. I'm going to And we're going to put this in. We're going to up-select it to that. We're going to select it, and so this is the scratch pad.
KDFW.
That's scratch pad, the edit field. If you get to adult, press S. We're going to put this into 2 left, and we didn't get any errors. Good. We're going to go to 6 right for the next page. Our route is fine. Our takeoff is fine. Now sometimes, if I hit Alt-I, I can get to the performance init page. Or, if I go to the index page, I can, on 6 left, and go to 3 left, I get to the depart page. But, we're going to get there the long way, with Alt-A in the 737-8. Now, all these keystrokes are going to vary with the 747 and 777. So we're talking about the 737 only. Our departure is going to be on 1 left. Our arrival is going to be on 2 right. By the way, all of these, if you listen to YouTube videos, they're going to talk about 1 left, 2 right. That's why we did this like this, so that you can follow a cited video, you know, for up-selecting and doing that kind of stuff. Now, if we talk about nav switches, they're going to be in the panels. You can figure all that out. We're going to be working on documentation for that at some point, just not right now. So, we're going to go to 1 left. We're going to choose NE November Echo Lima Yankee November 6. So all of these are in alphabetical order.
4 Jasper 636R.
We're at Jasper.
Land 3 land 2 P4 land 1 8 land 2 land 3 land 4 Crusoe 1 land 5
Oh, it's on the Crusoe one.
land 3 Nellen 6
Cool.
land 3 Nellen 6
Nellen 6 or Nealon 6.
land 3 Nellen 6.
So that's on 3 left. Now you notice I didn't do anything. We don't have a transition. Let's see. You are going to be given a runway.
Runway 35 L KDFW.
This time we're at runway 35 left. We're going to down arrow again.
Land 4 SAT18R 5 31L 6 left 5 31L.
Was that 35?
KDF
Oops.
KDFW departure 1/2.
Alright.
Land 3 35L.
35 left. Wait, we looked at everything.
Runway 35 L KDFW.
35 left
35L.
is going to be on 3 right. That's not always going to be the case, but it's always going to be on something right. Something. So 3 right.
Execute key available.
Execute light key went on.
Execute key off.
Execute it. It's now programmed in the FMC. So, flight management computer, your flight management system, FMS. The CDU is something completely different. So, the CDU is going to be your display. Your cockpit display unit. So, we're done with all that. Mostly. Let's close the door.
Lockheed Martin register pre-lock. Door 1 closed.
With Shift-E.
KD Door 1 voice button.
We're
Desktop
going to
3.
run our pre-flight checklist. Pre-flight checklist. I would normally use voice, but I've been having trouble with that lately. So
Conflict button. Before start free FLT flow button. Before the CHKLSD button. Free FLT CHKLSD button.
tab to pre-flight checklist.
Press.
Pre-flight checklist.
Lockheed Martin register pre-R3D register P4.
Oxygen.
Desktop 2.
Tested. Navigation and transfer display switches.
Or normal and auto.
Normal and auto. Window view.
Central standard time.
On. Pressurization mode selector. Auto. Flight
Auto.
instruments.
Heading set.
Heading set, altimeter set.
Parking brake.
Set.
And
Fuel
we should be
control
set.
switches.
Yep, we should be cut off.
Cut off.
Checklist complete.
And if you look on the outside, the APU is now going to turn
Left
on.
fuel pump on. Left forward fuel pump on. Active selector on. Active selector start.
Sometimes it
Active
doesn't
selector.
work.
Active selector start. Engine number 1 FW pressure light.
Our APU is powering on.
Active low pressure light on. Active low pressure light on.
And the APU pressure light is going to go off in a minute. Now you're going to hear some high-pitched sounds. Now I have the internal view playing externally, which you wouldn't normally hear in real life, by the way. The reason I have that is because I can hear my callouts if I'm ever doing a landing. They want us to be outside. So here's a high-pitched noise. If you're sensitive to that, I am so sorry. Alright, that's stabilized. We're going to get back to the inside view here. And let the rest of the let the rest of that flow run. And it'll take time.
seconds left with powered up. Hold control to skip. Active generator light on. Fuel light on. Active generator light on. Engine generator light on. Generator number 2 light on.
I just was checking something.
Light off. Engine generator light off. Generator number 2 light off.
We're being disconnected from ground power, and if he did everything right, we're not going to be disconnected from power.
Ground power light off. Ground power not available. Left fuel pump on. Left fuel pump on. Right fuel pump on. Right fuel pump on. Left center fuel pump on. Engine number 1 center low pressure light on. Center left fuel pump on. Engine number 1 left low pressure light off. Right center fuel pump on. Engine number 2 center low pressure light on. Center right fuel pump on. Engine number 2 left low pressure light off. Right forward fuel pump on. Engine number 2 left WD low pressure light off. Engine number 1 center low pressure light off. Engine number 2 center low pressure light off. Electric hydraulic pump number 2 on.
And the
Electric hydraulic
packs
pump
are
2 on.
off.
Electric hydraulic pump number 1 on. Electric hydraulic pump number 2 low
I'm
pressure
not
light
going
off.
to let her read all that. Okay. So you can change your hotkeys, by the way, in options. I'll show you where to go real quick.
KDFW departure 1/1 PMDT 737 CD. Red revenue lines
Menu.
KDFW departure 1/1 menu PMDT
We're
737
going to
CD.
go to 4 right, and then we're going to go...
Land 1. Less FMC. Land 2. Less DLNK. Land 3. Less DFTAU.
Wait,
PM4. Setup reader.
let's try that again.
Menu PMDT 737 CDU.
Oh, they'd help if I hit the right button.
PMDT setup. PMDT 737
There we go.
CDU. Startup 4. NGX2 cold dark. Startup 3. Land 2. Less options. Stay low reader.
Okay.
Land 2. Less options. Stay low reader.
2 left,
Land 2. Less performance sound reader.
and then
Land 3. Less key commands.
key commands is going to
Land 3.
be
Less key commands.
on
Land 3. Less key commands.
3 right, 3 left, sorry. And then auto flight,
Land 2.
I
Land
think is
1.
going to
Less
be
auto flight.
Yep, 1 left. And here are a whole bunch of hotkeys.
Land 2. Less FDR. Shift 3. Less A/DR. Shift less control plus key.
Your keystroke is going to be above the column that you're going to change.
4. Less shift less control plus key.
So let's say we want to change that. I don't.
4. Less slash switch.
You would hit 4 left in this case. You would arrow, you'd arrow to, I forget what number it is to press. Actually, you'd stay there. You'd go into the sim. You would hit the keystroke. Or, well, it doesn't really do buttons on the control panel. It's keyboard centric, but you do need the control flight stick to take off. I don't know, it's kind of silly, but there it is. I have the toga switch actually mapped in the sim, so we don't need to worry about that. All right. So
Shift left 4. Less slash switch. Z. 5. Less CMDA.
Command A, which is your autopilot. One of your autopilots is Command Z for me. Or
Auto
Z,
flight
by the way.
Auto flight 2/8. Shift less control 1. Less CMDD. Shift less control plus Z.
Control Shift Z is Command B. You're going to need that.
1. Land 1. Less CMDD. Land 2. Less CW. Less A. Land 3. Land 3. Less C. Land 4. Less N1 switch. Control plus R. 5. Less speed switch.
Your speed switch is Control R. I have no idea, by the way, what that does. I have my knobs, by the way, set up. We're going to be using those a little tiny, teeny bit. So let's actually set up our performance init page with Alt-I.
Act perfect 1/2 PMDT 737 CDU.
Where you should be fine there.
N1 limit 1/1 PM. 63 degrees. Refresh button plus R. Your scratch button.
Since we can't get
Blank.
below 16 degrees, we're going to put in about 26, since it's below that. Anyway, Celsius. We're going to put that in 1 left. Good, we didn't error out. We're going to choose our D rate and climb power on 3 left and 3 right. We're going to go to takeoff speed because we are.
158.8. Heat up 3. 28.4%. 4.74. 153 meter.
Our VREF, our V2 is going to be 153, 153. Not syndicated. Now I could do one of two things. I could either hit AP and then Shift S to get to speed, or I could adjust this with the knobs. I'm going to choose AP plus Shift S. 153. Oops.
153. 153.
And escape.
Takeoff 1/2 PM DT 700.
It's okay. We're going to put all of this on left, one left to 3 left, on 1 right to 3 right. Put all that in the speed tape. And we're pretty much done, actually. So let's look at our... We're 5 degrees, 146 for our V1. We're at 24 rate. 147 for our V2. And 1.5 tree knots for our rotate speed. Alright. So, let's run our before start checklist.
Before start checklist. Flight deck door.
Closed and locked.
Fuel.
You might have to hit the control key for that
259er 88 pounds.
Check.
Passenger signs.
On.
MCP. V2 153 heading 174 altitude 32000 takeoff speeds. V1 146 VR 147 V2 153
Set.
CDU pre-flight.
Completed.
Rudder and aileron trim.
Free and 0.
Taxi and takeoff briefing.
Completed.
Anti-collision lights.
On.
Checklist complete.
Alright. Normally I would start the engines myself. I know how to do that. But we're going to start the engines here. Oops.
Starting engine 2.
If I go to the outside, you won't hear this from the inside. Barely.
Engine number 2 valve light closed. Engine number 2 star valve light closed. Engine number 2 star valve light transit. Engine number 2 valve light transit. Engine number 2 valve light closed. Engine number 2 star valve light closed. Number 2 star engaged. Engine number 2 hydraulic low pressure light off. Number 2 generator active. Number 2 ignition on. Light number 2 light off. Engine number 2 auto.
Including on the inside. That's what that sounds like. Notice a bit of a difference. Yeah.
Starting engine 1.
We're going to start engine 1.
Light recorder light on. Number 2 started off.
We're back on the inside. Now, normally we would do the pushback. I use PMDG's pushback. We would have done this by now. I use PMDG's pushback, which can be accessed with services, actions on the right, 5 right, and then pushback on 4 left. You can sort of hear engine 1 fire up on the left-hand side. I'm not sure why, but yeah.
Right number 1 light off. Engine number 1 auto. Generator number 1 light off. Generator number 2 light off.
Alright, we're running the after start.
Number 1 started off. Captain 15 light off. Left elevator 15 light off. Left upper main light off. Left tempo light off. Left slash OPLD left. Left takeoff 1/2 PM DT. Lock heat register. RCD register V4. Right research cannon. Desktop 2. Apple lead off. Apple lead off. Dual lead light off. Apple generator light off. Apple selector off. Apple gen 1 off light off. Engine generator off light off.
And if you listen,
Taxi light off.
flaps on the right, flaps are going out. And then to see the CDU message, what was that?
RTE but mode plus R. Bed blank. Clear perfect bed red only multi-line takeoff red 1/2. Flaps 2 RH1. Red 2 CD 22. Land unable next altitude.
Okay.
CPU message clear.
No problem. We're fine. Let us go to our legs page, though.
092 degrees 3.1 nm. 3. EORDD 250/6000 094. Tim 250/7000 105. OWLS 250 RF6. 1.00/0. Lang. At RTE legs 2/6.
Page 2.
At RTE legs 178/1. SKTR 306/14306 212. L 306/F 3.
So you're gonna see this a lot. Then 3.
Root is continuity. 4. SAT.762/L 320.
Now, we could close this. I make it a habit not to. Not until I get to that at line 2. Or line 1, depending on what I'm doing. But, or if I'm almost there, I'll close it.
Root is 4. SAT.762/L 320.
So the way, when I said go direct, well, we'll do that. We're gonna do that. Alright, so
4-1. Start engine button.
we're gonna run the taxi checklist.
Taxi CH before this. Taxi CH press.
We would
Taxi
reposition
checklist.
here.
Generators.
On.
Probe heat.
On.
Anti-ice.
Set.
Isolation valve.
Auto.
Engine start switches.
Continuous.
prepared.
Recall.
Check.
Auto brakes.
RTO.
Flight controls.
I normally don't go through this test, but we are going to. We're gonna go full left with the stick,
Full left.
full right,
Full right.
full back,
Full back.
full front,
Full forward.
rudder left,
Rudder full left.
rudder right.
Rudder full right.
Check.
Ground equipment.
And we're cleared.
Clear.
Checklist complete.
So
Before the CH KLSD button.
let's run our before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff
Taxi CH KLSD
checklist.
button.
Here, I would normally start my
Flaps.
smart cars.
4-1.
Set.
Stabilization trim.
Edit red only multi
We're
line 4.
not ready to
SAT
go. I need to
At
look
451/2
at
PMDD 700.
our stabilization.
Take off red 1 slash P 4. Runway RW wire name. 4 D 3. 28.4%. 4.74. 153 radar. Rocky Park register.
Let's set that.
4.14. 4.15.
Let's end.
4.4.
4.7.
4.49. 4.69. 4.73. 4.74.
Close
Meet trim
enough.
disabled.
We're gonna
Set.
turn off the
Checklist
trim.
complete.
TFM, then Shift T.
Left retractable landing light on. Left trim enabled.
Yep, Shift
Meet
T.
trim disabled.
We're gonna turn on runway guidance.
Runway guidance enabled. Current heading.
With
357.
TFM, then Shift H. You might actually need to do your remap your heading, which I did to control Shift H in the TFM, in the PMDG. And then we're gonna turn on attitude
Attitude
mode.
mode.
The plane's gonna get an attitude adjustment. I'm kidding. All right, let's go. We have our parking brake off.
Parking brake off.
Parking brake
We're
off.
gonna have our throttle set to about 50. I just did that with the stick, or with the with my throttle control. Your
Thrust set.
Like
Toga.
retracted. Wind level active. Right
Let's
master on.
If we drift, we're gonna hear a beep,
23 knots.
and I'll adjust accordingly with the rudder really carefully.
knots.
Because a plane turns to like a
Speed
car,
alive.
so fine
60 knots.
adjustments are sort of heavy hand, but not too
63
heavy.
knots.
We're gonna 80 knots. So it's coming
76
up.
knots.
80 knots.
Check.
88 knots.
And then
101 knots.
I'm gonna start pulling back around 130. Is my
112 knots.
first? Is it 141?
124 knots. Oxygen level 67%.
And then we're gonna start pulling
135
back.
knots.
Slowly, slowly,
145 knots.
slowly.
155 knots. Up 1. Up 2. Up 3. Up 4. 165 knots. Up 7. Up 8. Up 9. Up 10. Up 11. Up 12. 173
Positive
knots.
rate.
Gear up.
Up 15. Up 17.
Landing
Let go of
gear
the
up.
stick.
Left gear light off. Left gear light off. Up 18. Up 19. Right FD master off.
VNAV. LNAV. Autopilot.
LNAV on. VNAV on. Command A on.
1000 feet. VLAP 1. Up 18. Up 17.
Attitude
And
mode off.
disabled.
Runway
Runway
guidance
guidance
off.
disabled. feet.
Acceleration altitude.
And 1 light on.
Okay. Now,
230. Speed box visible.
I just went to speed intervene. I actually modified that keystroke to match my comfort. I can now adjust the speed if I wanted to with the knobs like this.
MTB heading. MTB heading 178.
Wrong keystroke.
MTB heading
actually.
175.
Where did I?
32,100. 32,000.
Oh, we're at level 320. Cool.
231. 235.
If I wanted to, or I could have put in shift left AP and then shift S. We're gonna go to
246. 200. 251. 200. 250.
because we're below 10,000. We're below 10,000. So, if you don't know your phonetic numbers, look them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. If you are below 10,000, it would be 9,000, 8,000, 7,000, etc., etc., etc. in the U.S. Oh, let's go flaps.
Flaps 2.
And then run our
Flaps 1.
after takeoff.
After takeoff checklist. Engine bleeds.
On.
Packs. Auto. Landing gear.
Up and off.
Flaps.
No lights.
Checklist complete.
So we're running the after takeoff flow. All right. So if you are at 10,000 or above, up to 18,000 in everywhere. I've heard this everywhere. 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,2,000, 1,3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000.
6,000 feet.
And in the US, it's 1,800. No, it's 1,800. That's our transition altitude. And then we switch to flight level in the US. It's different for every country. We switch to
7,000 feet.
flight level 190. So if you think about 19,000, you take off the zeros until you get to 3 digits. 190, 200, 210, 220, 230, 240, 250, etc. And then 300, 310. We're at 320 right now. I actually, in real life, was on a plane that was 440. So that was fun. Oh, 420 or 430? I think it was 430. We had to get above the storm. So at 10,000, at 10,000 feet, we're going to be turning on the landing lights, etc. We're also going to turn off speed intervene because we don't need it right now. We don't need to intervene with the speed. We're going to let my call stand depths of 20. There we
Passing
go.
10,000 feet.
And my keyboard's going to freeze. So, let's go to our legs page, Alt G. I can see that we are heading toward, we're headed 178, and we're heading 12 nautical miles from this waypoint. It's SKDRR, Sierra Kilo Delta Romeo Romeo. Your speed is going to be at 305 knots indicated, and your altitude is going to be at 4,900, which is a really weird altitude, but okay. Now let's suppose we were told to go direct to Nealon. It's on 2 left. So once I find that, either on the page, it's on another page, but it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to go to 2 left, and you notice nothing happened. If I go to 2, if I go down now to 1 left, which is where you want to go direct to, so let's say 2 right on page 5, and then you just go to Alt G and go to 1 left on page 1. So let's go to 1 left. You'll notice there's an execute key. If I hit that, it's going to erase the waypoint, and then that I was headed toward. It's going to turn toward the other waypoint. So let's do another example. Let's go to page 2. Let's go to, let's say we're going direct to, I say SE, Sassus, LB3, left, and then on page 1. Okay, that won't work, will it? Okay, it did actually, it just didn't say anything. I could go that, but we're not going to do that. So, that would be on 1. So, Hey, we have a route just gone. I'm actually going to cancel the rest of this. And go to 4, from 4 left to 1 left on the same page. I'm canceling the departure. So now, we're going to turn, we just cut a little bit off of our trip. So if I go right bracket, then D, Shift D, we are 664 nautical miles away from our top of descent, which isn't actually accurate because I didn't program the arrival in yet. We're at 202 degrees at 205 nautical miles. I can check our fuel with TFM then F.
Total fuel, 23,553.7 pounds, 3,515.9 gallons. Total fuel load, 13,409. Lockheed Martin registered. 305. Speed box visible. 300 tail box indicated. Speed box blank.
Okay.
74.48 feet per minute.
We're actually doing pretty good.
17,000 feet.
So we really don't need to do much of anything. Now, let's suppose we had a heading change. We would turn on our heading select. I use the knobs to go left or right. And I go in 100-degree increments. So if I need to make a big left, I do 100-degree increments.
Transition altitude.
Because it wants to try to do the shortcut. So in the US, we have a transition altitude. Now we're at flight level 190. We're at 4 flight level 190. And then flight level 200, and 210, etc., 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 up to 320 for cruising. Now, about the heading, I do 1-degree increments. 100-degree increments, that is. So that way, it doesn't try to do anything weird and turn right instead of left, because it's still going to try to find the shortest way. I think even in the real world. So, yeah, it's kind of... I don't like it, but it is the way it is with these planes, with the 737. Turn off our SIM messages. Turn on our SIM messages. We're not at cruise yet. Now we're going to be switching to Mach, not match. We're going to be switching to Mach. At flight level 260, I believe.
70,548 feet ASL. 70,578 feet per minute.
So it's going to take a while. Alright. So let's take a look at Volanta. I prefer to use this in my flight tracker. I have a logbook, but I just prefer to use it so we could, have fun with some sighted people. So, I went to the screenshots button. I'm going to arrow down. We're at 21,551 feet altitude. 207 degrees heading. We're going at 390 knots ground speed. We should be arriving there at... Time remaining is 1 hour, 51 minutes. We should be arriving there by 1719 Zulu. Now, I launched a little program called FS Time Sync. It is... I'll call it abandonware because it has been updated in, years. But, yeah, look for it on Google. That's my estimated arrival. It could be wrong. We have 725 nautical miles remaining. Come on. And there is our route. So all these weird waypoints, DCT and all that stuff, that is going to be the route that you would enter in. If you were entering this route in by hand. And that's it, basically, for this really minimalistic interface. And this thing does refresh. 24170 altitude, 24,170. Or... Well, actually, you couldn't really do it that way. Because we're at flight levels, so yeah, you can't. I'm not sure how often this thing refreshes, but it does, which is nice. I can put notes in, I can put stats in. No, these are my stats. I can view the flight plan up above if I really wanted to. 25,252. So, there's the control in the sim. There are control panels in the sim. We're going to be going to Mach pretty soon, I think. I think we already did, actually. So, Mach 0.75. Mach 0.75. Mach 0.75 is how you would say that on A2C. So let's show you Mach 0.75. Or if you really wanted to use these phonetics, Mach 0.75. As 3D weather updated, the boat textual weather within 000 Mach visibility, 10%, 99.9%, clouds, number 4 temperature, 19.0 dew point, 13.0 precipitation, number 4 altimeter, 10 UMD, 30.1 inches. Okay, so we really don't need to do anything. We got rid of the route discount. We don't need to do anything until we are almost done with the flight. So our last waypoint. But we're going to actually, you know, we're actually going to program the thing 60 miles out from our descent. Well, we're going to try. We're going to go according to the waypoints on the page. So if we're almost at Libo, then we need to program the thing in now. So, an hour 29 minutes, not too bad. All right, so I'm going to pause and come back when it's time to descend. All right, so we are approaching the top of descent. We're going to run, I should have actually run this before. We're going to run the descent checklist. And take a look here.
Set. Recall. Check. Auto brakes. Set.
Alright, so our first altitude is at 15,000, but let's actually
Landing
apply
data.
our...
Check. Altimeters. Check. Approach briefing. Complete.
LIBO1B. Let's apply our descent.
Checklist complete.
Alt A, and then to right, and LIB. There you go. We have a variable without a runway, so that's what we're going to do. Alright. So, let's wait for the PMDG to start calculating. Alright. So, flight level 315, 315. We actually don't need to descend yet. Actually, yes, we do. So, let's go to 315. And Alt A. Speed intervene. I'm going to be taking over the speed from now on.
Mach 0.81. Minus 315 feet per minute.
Alright, let's idle our throttles.
Minus 413 feet per minute. Mach 0.78.
And look at our next
FRT like 175 degrees 9.9 nm. 1 SLT 261 slash FL 315.
We're still going to be at flight level 315. 315.
197 degrees 2. Model 261 slash FL 248.
And then 248.
Rocky Heart register, please.
So let's actually
27,500. 27,000.
set that
25,000. 25,100. 24,900. 24,800.
24,800 or 248. Looks like we're going to be encountering some
Rocky Heart register, please.
really bumpy weather on the way down.
Minus 1175 feet per minute. 31,322 ASL. 0.69. 0.68.
Keep in control of the vertical speed through horizontal speed, because when you slow down, your vertical speed's going to go up. Well, okay. So, if you think of a timeline from the 5th grade or 6th grade, whatever, the left side's going to be negative. Negative is, in this case, not so good. You want to stay below negative 2,000 if possible. On the right side, positive for takeoff is, well, depending, good or bad. You want to stay below positive 2,000 if necessary, positive 3,000. You want to stay way below that. So it'd be like 2,500, and then for descent, negative 2,000 to like negative 2,100 if possible. So, we're fine.
29,077 ASL. FRT 197 degrees 21.01. Myrtle 261 slash FL 248. 197 degrees 16. Distance to destination 91 slash 0, 0, 2. Little 261 slash FL 208. 180 degrees 12.4 nm.
So, FL200A, flight level 200 or above. I try to make it by flight level 200. All of this, look at this. All of this is going to go out the window when you are online on VETSIN. The speeds and everything will be the same. You want to be like on the 737, you want to be like a 280 knots indicated.
27,000 feet. 277 knots indicated.
We're going to be right about there, I think. And the faster you go, the faster, well, the lower you go, the faster your indicated is going to be. I forget why now. It's something to do with air. I'm not really familiar with the physics.
76,360 ASL.
We're going to be switching to Mach right now. Or, sorry, indicated right now.
276.
And we're close, so let's go 280.
FRT like 1 slash 2 PMD. Rocky Heart register, 277, 278, 279, 280. 25,633 ASL. FRT like... Here's Rapid Refresh, Bizarre. Edit Red Only FRT 197 degrees 12.11. Myrtle 261 slash 248. Rocky Heart register, 24,000, 23,700, 22,700, 22,000, 21,700, 21,100, 20,800, 20,400, 20,000, 19,900, 20,000, 25,000 feet.
I just turned on my altitude intervene because I knew we weren't going to make it. So, we are going to make it, but we're going to let VNAV take over here. And actually, let me put my phone in airplane mode so I don't get disturbed during...
24,000 feet.
There we go. Now let's keep an eye on our waypoint. Let's refresh the screen. Altar.
197 degrees 5.1 nm. 1. Myrtle 261 slash FL 248.
248.
197 degrees 16.1 minutes. Level 261 slash Delta 8.
And we're going to be at 200, flight level 200A or above.
Lockheed Martin register, RPD register, 22,985 feet, minus 1808 feet per minute. FRT elect. FRT elect 197 degrees 2.9 minutes. 1, Myrtle 261 slash Delta 248.
Well, we actually missed that waypoint, but that's okay. We missed the level, but that's alright.
197 degrees 16.1 minutes. 2, Myrtle 261 slash Delta 248.
We're going to be hanging out at flight level 200 or above for a
180 degrees
while.
12.4 minutes. 3, low 810 261 slash 17,000 feet.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
180 degrees 16.4, low 802 261 slash 13,000 feet.
Okay.
180 degrees 7.5, low 801 250 slash 11,508, 72,000 feet.
So the next huge step we're going to be taking is about 11,000 or above.
Lockheed Martin register, RPD register, P4, desktop 2.
That little train horn you hear, the E is the signal that we are 1,000 feet above or below
0.3 nautical miles, 350 degrees.
the altitude on our instrument panel. Pay attention to that. Do they need to do that?
21,000 feet.
Alright, let's take
Red Realty So FRT 197 degrees 12.5 minutes. 1, little 261 slash Delta 208. 1, little 261 slash Delta 208. Lockheed Martin register, RPD register, P4, desktop 2. 286 knots indicated, 13,362 feet.
Oh,
20,540 feet.
let's slow down.
259, 260.
I forgot that we're landing in a high altitude runway. I forgot that. See, I'm human. I'm human. You check your ground above ground altitude with TFM or bright bracket G
12,578 feet.
for ground.
Altimeter 1027, 30.3
Set
minutes.
your altimeter every once in a while with B. I don't know how you can remember that. Yeah. And of course, the engine's going to throttle up because well, it needs to stay at 280. 260 rather.
FRT 197 degrees 4.71, little 261 slash Delta 208, 180 degrees 2, low 810 261 slash 17,000 feet, 103, low 802 261 slash 13,000 feet. Lockheed Martin register.
Let's set our next to
19,900, 15,900, 15,500, 15, 12,400, 12,500, 12,300, 12,000, 11,900, 12,700, 12,900, 13,000. FRT legs 1, FRT legs 1 slash 2, selection remove. 197 degrees 2.3 NM, FRT legs 1 slash 2, 20,000 feet. 197 degrees 2.3 NM, FRT 197 degrees 1.4 NM. Distance to destination, 55 slash 0, 0, 9, 33.
Alright, let's look at our METAR for wherever we're going. Actually, it won't work because, yeah. Okay, so we're going down. Associate. Let's look at our runways. Come on, I hope this is ILS. Really? Oh, really? I've never actually done a VOR approach. Let's see. Let me look here.
18,335 DSL.
MMLO. Let's see if we have any.
Yeah,
we don't. Alright.
Transition altitude.
Uh-oh.
Runway combo box collapsed. Altimeter 1013, 29.92 inches. MMLO arrivals 2/3 PM 737
Well, we're going to be doing an RNAV. I don't like doing them, but...
Runways MMLO arrivals 2/3
like I said, I've never done a VOR lock, a VOR.
4, body 113.
Runway, but yeah, let's...
MMLO arrivals 1/3. Next. 4, Cat 1 at BPM 231. Next 5, Michael 1, 6 plus 6. 5, Michael 1 ARND 13. MMLO arrivals stars 1, Michael 1 DSX clear RND 31. Stars 1, Michael 1 DSX clear RND 31. Next 1, Michael 1 DSX clear RND 31.
We're going to take runway 3.
available.
We're just going to go one right. I'm not happy about this.
FRT like 1/3 PM 737 CDU 17. FRT 180 degrees 16.9 nm. 1, low 802/13,000 D. Red RQ after 500. 101, low 802/13,000 D. 102, Lockheed Martin register. 12,600. 12,100. 11,700. 11,500. 11,100. 11,200. 256.
Slow down
250. 240.
to 240 and
Speed
apply air
brake
brakes.
240. 257 knots indicated.
I have to warn you, I'm not very good at flaring, so we will see how this goes.
248 knots indicated. 245 knots indicated. 16,000 feet. Spoilers retracted. Distance to destination. 41/0,085.
Slow to 230.
228. 230. 247 knots indicated. Minus 686 feet per minute.
Speed brake armed.
240 knots indicated. 237 knots indicated. 234 knots indicated. Spoilers retracted. It's 10 o'clock and 10 minutes. FRT like 1/3 PM DT. FRT 180 degrees 10.0 nm. 1, low 800 261/13,000 D. 180 degrees 7.1 nm. 2, low 800 261/11,500 A. 102, low 800 261/11. Lockheed Martin.
Actually, we're fine at
12,200. 12,300. 11,600. 11,300. 11,200. 11,000. 246. 250.
We're going to stick to 250. It's okay.
14,740 minus 1499 feet per minute. 259. 260. Minus 2560 feet. 242 knots in. Minus 2887 feet. 246. 14,000 feet. 249 knots indicated. Minus 2339 feet per minute.
I'm trying not to get to about 3,000.
Minus 1604 feet per minute. 247. 249. 251.
I'm slowly adjusting the speed so that way we don't. It's going to be a gentle descent.
255. Minus 1755 feet per minute. 254 knots indicated. Minus 1844 feet per minute. Altimeter 1028, 30.34 inches. Dot. First distance to destination 32/00614. 4355 feet active.
Never mind.
243.
Slow to 220.
234.
Speed brake armed.
228. 222. 219. 218. 219. 221. 220. FRT like once. FRT 180 degrees 1.7 nm. 1, low 180 degrees 7.1 nm. 2, low 161/11,500 A. 180 degrees 5.7 nm. 3, vertical 261/10,200 A. 103, vertical 261/10,200 A. FRT like 180 degrees 0.6 nm. 1, low 261/13,000 D. 182, low 261/11,500 A. Lockheed Martin register, RVD register, people, desktop 2, altimeter, 1028, 30.35 inches. Dot. 12,126 PASL. Spoilers retracted. Minus 1407 feet per minute. 38 feet back. 12,000 feet. 11,999 PASL. 11,200. 11,500. Lockheed Martin register, RVD register, people. Distance to destination 26/00555.
This is the part where you take things very calmly
FRT like 1.
and try not to panic.
FRT like 180 degrees 4.5 nm. 1, low 261/11,500 A.
And stay one step ahead of the plane.
180 degrees 5.7 nm. 2, vertical 261/10,200 A. Lockheed Martin register, RVD. 10,600. 10,500. 10,300. 10,200. Red only FRT. 180 degrees 2.8 nm. 1. Low 800 1261 slash 11508. 180 degrees 5.7 nm. 2. Vertical 261 slash 10208. 10. 3. Route is continuity. 4. Low 500 1231 slash 8608. Route is 4. Low 500 1231 slash
We have a
8608.
route discount here.
Route is 4. Low 500 1231 slash 8608. Route is 4. Low 500 1200. Route is 3.
We're gonna see what happens when we.
180 degrees 1.3 nm. 1. Low 800 1261 slash 11508.
I hope it'll start descending once we cross.
1. Low 800 1261 slash 1. Hold. Space. L. O. 8. 0. 8. 0. 1. Space.
LO 801.
181. Low 800 1261 slash 11508.
I don't know why they want me to take it so fast. It's not really.
FRP legs 1 slash 180 degrees 5.4 nm. 1. Vertical 261 slash 10208. 10. 2. Route is continuity. 3. Low 500 1231 slash 8608. Route is 3. Low 500 1231 slash 8608. Exit route available.
So I just cleared the route discount.
FRP 180 degrees 4.2 nm. 1. Vertical slash 10208.
Yep, we're gonna be steep descending.
219 degrees 5.0 nm. Lockheed Martin register.
After
register 4.
Berkey,
Desktop 2.
or whatever.
10,100. 10. 98, 90, 90, 9100. 9. 8800. 87. 8800. 290. 218.
Slow to 210.
210. 11,000 feet. Distance to destination. 18 slash 0. 0. 4. 11.
Actually, we're gonna slow to 170.
180. 175. 172. 170. 169. 170.
Speed brake armed.
Speed brakes. I have a button on my throttle to engage and disengage those.
212 miles indicated. 210 miles indicated.
We're gonna start configuring now.
205 miles indicated.
Laps 1.
Left ram door light on. Right ram door light on. 197 miles indicated.
Flaps 1.
Laps 2. And laps 5.
Flaps 2.
Altimeter 1028.
Flaps
4.35 inches.
5.
44.58 feet. Laps 5. 180 miles indicated. 175 miles indicated. Spoilers retracted.
And laps 10.
Flaps 10.
Left head red only. FRP 219 degrees 3.4 nm. 1. Low 500 1231 slash 8608. Lockheed Martin register. RV 10,190 DSL. 8700. 8600. Head red only. Multi-line 1. Low 5. FRP 219
Passing
degrees 3.4 nm.
10,000 feet.
1. Low 500 1231 slash 309 degrees 5.0 nm. 2. Low 500 200 slash 7600. 309 degrees 5.3 nm. 3. RW 147 slash 6006. 302. 309 degrees 5.0 nm. 1. Low 500 231 slash 8608. 200 FRP legs 1 slash 2. 219 degrees 3.4 nm. 1. Low 500 230 slash 8608. 309 degrees 5.0 nm. 2. Low 500 200 303. RW 104. Lockheed Martin register. RV register P4. Desktop 2. Data 500.
Let's set this to 0. And
160,
switch to
154,
approach.
149, 144, 140, 167 miles indicated.
Gear down.
Landing gear down.
Nose gear light on, right gear light on, left gear light on, gear down, none, taxi on. 161 miles indicated.
Laps 15. And flaps 25.
Flaps 15.
You can hear them on the outside.
Flaps 25.
Next 75.
But at this point, I would focus on the plane.
149 miles indicated. Distance to destination, 9 slash 0, 0, 2, 59. $139 miles indicated. 8,000 feet. Minus 453 feet per minute. 139 miles indicated.
Laps 30. And we're full. Let's do our
Flaps
landing.
30.
Let's sit here on our
Speed brake
speed
armed.
brakes.
Flaps 40.
Red red only.
And
Set CHKLSD button. Active CHKLSD button.
our
Press
landing
landing
checklist.
Set
checklist.
red. Lockheed Martin register. RV register P4. Desktop 2. Engine number 1 pound. Engine number 2 pound.
Engine start switches.
Continuous.
Landing gear.
Down.
Flaps.
Set.
Checklist complete.
This is where attitude is going to come in because I need to try and keep at attitude 2. Once I hear that, I let go.
CDU message clear.
To try and flare.
Altimeter 1028, 30.35 inches. 1683 PAC. 7561 PASL.
If it's not quite obvious, I'm terrified right now, but we're gonna do this. We're gonna try and do this. Can we actually set the speed brakes to a little bit? Nah, no, I think we're gonna be alright.
$7,000 feet.
Gonna turn on runway guidance. Let's try that again.
Lockheed Martin registered. Lockheed Martin registered. RV. Runway guidance enabled.
There we go.
300. Addison up 2.
We're up to right now. Our command A is going to cut off at about 100. Okay, we're drifting a bit. I hope we're correct. We'll see.
500.
I'm going to come in slightly slower.
138. 137.
400.
136. 134. 133.
300.
Minimum.
200.
Watch the airspeed.
100.
Up 3. Up 4.
50.
LNAV off.
LNAV off. 6,000 feet.
VNAV off.
30.
VNAV disconnect.
20. 10.
Number up 3. 144 knots.
Reverse thrust.
Not 1. 135 knots.
That could have gone better.
122 knots. 109 knots.
100 knots.
97 knots.
Correct our drift.
85 knots.
80 knots. Reverse idle.
Engine number 1 reverse right on. Engine number 2 reverse right on. 67 knots.
60 knots.
60 knots. Spoilers retracted. 54 knots.
Manual
Engine number 1 reverse right on.
braking.
Engine number 2 reverse right on. 8 knots. Down 2.
We're
Down 1. CDU message clear. Atmos selector on. Atmos selector start. Atmos selector. Atmos selector start.
That could have gone a bit better.
50 off. Landing rate. Minus 374 feet per minute. Left fixed landing light off. Right fixed landing light off. Landing off. Left retractable landing light retract. Right retractable landing light retract. Engine number 1 auto. Engine number 2 auto. Runway guidance disabled.
Turn that off.
Abnormal oil pressure light on. Abnormal oil pressure light on.
Flaps all the way in. We did it though. I mean, we landed. It was a minus 300. I will take it.
Abnormal oil pressure light off. Abnormal oil pressure light off.
I think I did bounce a little bit. Are we still?
Still out of the Victoria 1
We're not, but that's all right. For now, that's okay. Let's turn off.
CMDA off.
Command A. I've got a
F0.
switch to do that. It's actually preferable that you use a switch to
Engine
do
generator off
that.
was light on. Engine generator off was light on. Engine generator off was light on.
Alright. We're just waiting for the APU to power up here. Start
Target weight on.
the flow.
Number 1 ignition off. Engine number 1 fuel valve line transit. Engine number 1 star valve line transit. Flight control light off. Number 2 ignition off. Engine number 2 star valve line transit. Engine number 2 fuel valve line transit. Engine number 1 fuel valve light open. New notification from Lambda. Flight ending soon. Your flight is automatic. Submit flight automatic. Your flight is submitted. Transfer bus number 1 light off. Equipment cooling system light on. Left side window heat light on. Right forward window heat light on. OK button. Desktop 5. Navigation message clear. Heating on. Taxi on. IRS GPS light on. Transfer bus number 1 light on. Transfer bus number 2 light on. Generator number 2 light on. Generator number 2 bus light on. Equipment cooling supply light on. Equipment cooling exhaust light on. CDU message display. Number 2. Submit flight position. Navigation off. Position left. Submit flight. Pressed.
that.
Left fuel dashboard button. Electric hydraulic pump number 12. Electrical hydraulic pump 12. Electric hydraulic pump number 12. Electrical hydraulic pump number 12. Electric hydraulic pump number 2 open. Symbol of Life chapter 2.
Rating probably sucks, but that's alright. It'll all get up there.
Dashboard. Flight
I'm
control.
just
Bottom.
actually
Dashboard. Bottom.
curious.
Dashboard. Screen review. Dashboard 2020. Sarah Alani. Senior rating. American Bank. Dashboard 2022 10 0 Bank. American Airlines. Rating 91.97.
Okay, not bad.
Atlanta document.
And then my Atlanta flight
Graphic
ended.
clickable. Heading level 5 ATC route. Graphic clickable.
Or it will, actually, in a minute.
Heading level 5 clickable. Level 6 ATC. Heading level 5 remaining. Heading level 4. Heading level 4. Heading level 4. Heading level 4. Heading level 5. Heading level 4. Heading level 5. Heading level 4. List with 4 items. Screenshots button. Books button. Review your flight button. Cancel button.
Oh, no, it...
Install button. The Atlanta Fusion for Retard VDV4 is installed. Button installed. The Atlanta Fusion for Retard VDV4 is installed. Button installed.
How'd that
Heading level 3
happen?
welcome to Del Patio International Airport. Button next. Fusion has been updated for Retard VDV4. Button next. Heading level 3 welcome to Del Patio. Button next. Fusion has been updated for heading level 2 Fusion updated. Fusion button next.
Oh, okay.
Click on the list sectional. Heading level 3 button. You're the first button review your flight. You're the first person to arrive there today. Button. Heading level 3 welcome to Del Patio International Airport. W. Welcome to Del Patio space selected. You're the first person to arrive there today. Selected. Copy to clipboard. Welcome to Del Patio
Oh,
International.
nice.
Landing desktop 1.
Oh, I'll take it.
Clip jump. Video editor. Number various cells words and British HQ. Row 1 column. Number various cells. List. Number. Number new members in the Word document. General. Channel. Main landmark. Message number general edit. As autocomplete multi-line. Nice. Line key. Landing rate. Minus 374 feet per minute. 00 selected. Minus 3 selected. Unselected. Line. Hit. Save. But. Unselected. Space. A D-spelling error with minus 374. Of this are updated. Space. D-spelling error. Out of spelling error. And select with selected. And with minus 374. Of this are updated. You're the first person to arrive. And with minus. Hit. Save. R. E. Space.
It is a little bit of a hard
Space
landing, but
Space
I'll
selected.
take it.
Nice. Welcome to Del Spelling Error Patio International Airport. Land. You're the first person to arrive there today. And with minus 374. Of this spelling error are updated. Hit. Dot. Land. Hit. Save. H. Out of spelling error. Hit. T. Space. H. Spelling error. A. R. Comma. Out of spelling error. R.
I hope that D
Upload. P7 button collapsed.
there.
Message actions moving. P7 Joey Castro button collapsed. P7 zone. Nice. Welcome to Del Patio. P7 zone button. Message actions moving. Edit button. Edit as auto. Hit. Save. H. Spelling error. Out of spelling error. Hit. T. Space. H. Spell. E. R. E. A. Out of spelling error. H. Add. Selected. A. Comma. Spelling error. Comma. Out of spelling error. Space. Spelling error. E. R. A. H. T. I. T. H. Out of spelling error. T. Spelling error. H. Out of spell. Space. I. Space. T. Space. T. Spelling error. A. H. Out of spelling error. T. Spelling error. H. Hotel. Out of spelling error. E. A. E. Start. Updated. Selected. Line key. Unselected. And with minus 374. A. Land. Line key.
I'm having issues with my Discord.
Lucky hardware.
Yeesh.
Red multi-line select RTE like 1/1 2 3 4
Alright.
5. Landing THKLSD button. Desktop 4.
So
Atlanta
I
document.
can if I wanted to upload screenshots, but I didn't take any with Valenta. But that's okay.
Button start door. Button review your flight.
But it's been ended. Let's close this. Let's close first officer. Let's close.
Landing THKL. Folder view list. Select first.
Already closed
Folder 1. Landing THKL.
APL. Let's close that.
Folder ops 28.0. Folder view list. Select first link. Desktop 4.
Close the desktop.
RTE like 1/1 PM
Let's
D7
close
37.
TFM.
TFM shutting down.
TFM is shutting
with
down.
right bracket and then Control X. For
Lucky hard register.
close.
RTE register T4. Desktop 2.
We're gonna close prepared and close OBS. So I'll see you guys later.
Ops 28.0.3.